think I chose the wrong game. That's fine. Hello, space friends. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Hope y'all are well. We're a little later than I wanted, but that's, that's adulting for you. that's life. Working on, just keeping an eye on the weather. I've got some windows open. It's nice and cool. Try and cool down my office without using too much of the air conditioner, and then we can enjoy the nice, fresh rain smell of monsoon weather. I love it. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing great. We're here. And, yeah. So, what are we doing today? Oh no! Don't do the audio. It's yuckers. It's yuckers. I tell my parent when I used to. There we go. Cool. So we are. What are we doing? A lot of conversations. I'm kind of leaving my my game up for the moment. Things I wanted to poke about just a minute. Some question that I had about yesterday's bill. The NFA. It after doing some homework, it basically applies to those shops that were enjoined into the lawsuit against the federal government. And as of right now, I would say use extreme caution when purchasing cans, suppressors, silencers, whatever you want to call them. Exercise some caution. When you are purchasing those items, I say that very 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 directly because the federal government still has I think 60 days to file that appeal against the injunction, and they still have 60 days to fight this. And once those 60 days are up, then it's really that time has passed. So the other question that I had was, okay, now since if we're going on the basis that a suppressor is being classified as a firearm, which I don't agree with because it doesn't actually go pew pew, right? But if it is set up as a firearm, once all the noise settles, then yes, you need to go to an FFL and you need to go to a dealer to purchase said at whatever price it is set. But there's nothing technically stopping you from buying it from another person privately, in theory, because the classification is a firearm, and unless you're a prohibited individual from owning or purchasing, once all the dust settles, like I said, after 60 days, you should be able to do that. Now, I'm not an attorney. I'm just going based off of what I understand about firearm laws. Check your states. I'm not an attorney, like I said. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just, this is my understanding of how the law works. In all cases, be very careful. Especially be careful for the next 60 days. middle of October, really, is what you're looking at. I would say about October 15th. Just to be a safe side, middle ground. So, you know, some thoughts on that. Ooh, somebody said hi to me. Oh, it's my admin, my moderator. Hello, YC200. My moderator says hello. She says hola. It's good to have her on the stream. Of course. Oh, she's telling me there's a nice sunset. Hold on, we must look. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, it is a pretty sunset. Oh, give me 10 seconds. I'm gonna. You know what? Screw it. We're not gonna give me 10 seconds. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna stay here. Talk news. We're gonna talk all the things we should never talk about in polite company. Why? Because, well, I can. What can I do? I can do fire me. Oh, someone might actually. Okay, site's muted. Cool. So there was a report. Let me just slide this news article over that there are poor conditions on the USS Abraham Lincoln carrier. This is off of CBS News, New York Times, LA Times, Wall Street Journal. They're probably all getting their feed from AP or somebody else. And the claim is that over the past 48 hours, multiple media outlets have reported several false claims related. This is from U.S. CENTCOM. False claims related to U.S. Abraham Lincoln CVN 72 deployment in the Middle East. One report alleged 7 sailors died in a brawl aboard the aircraft carrier, and others have recently suggested a spike in suicidal ideations. These reports are false. Fact, USS Abraham Lincoln has maintained among the highest crew reenlistment rates, 84.4% of all aircraft carriers in the U.S. Navy. The sailors and Marines of the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group remain resilient and resolved after more than 260 days at sea, 10,000 aircraft flights, and 1.5 million pounds of ordnance expended. No service members aboard the aircraft carrier have died. One sailor who fell overboard August 3rd was quickly and safely recovered. Yeah, he probably got reamed for that one. People just giving me stuff. I'm just sitting here and just giving me stuff. This is hilarious. They're just giving me crap. We're gonna move this to my ship. Like, I just stay here long enough. I get crap. Give it to me here. Take it. Hold on. Okay. I'll just sell. The rampant misreporting on Abraham Lincoln historic deployment is a disservice to our men and women in uniform and their loved ones. Now, that's from CENTCOM, and I don't know the validity of that. I don't know the validity of either side. I don't. I just I'm reporting what's being said. In a fiery meeting, military families confront acting Navy Secretary over conditions on the USS Lincoln. That's on MS Now. right? So let's look this up. How many individuals are on the USS Abraham Lincoln? 5,000 individuals, roughly. Okay. So now the question I have is, let's look at MS now. In a combative face-to-face confrontation on Thursday night in San Diego, Green military families challenged the acting Secretary of Navy over difficult conditions aboard the USS Lincoln as its combat missions against Iran stretched onward with no clear date to return home, according to two people who attended the in-person meeting. Tensions boiled over again during a separate virtual meeting later that night between Navy leadership and family members of the 5,000 sailors and Marines aboard the Lincoln. According to audio and video recordings of the virtual meeting reviewed by MS Now, both of those meetings, family members expressed concerns directed to Navy leaders about the well-being and safety of their loved ones after the aircraft carrier set a modern-day record during the ongoing Iran war for most continuous days at sea. Among the concerns brought up in the contentious meetings, the mental health, safety on deck, lack of supplies, food shortages, water contaminations, and disruptions in the mail system, which have caused many care packages en route to the ship to be lost in transit for months. Loved ones pleaded for information on when their sailors would return home remains a question that does not have any answers. Okay. So let's see. So if you have 50 families, well, I should know this. So if you have 50 families that are pitching fit about 5,000 complaining concerns, however you want to label it, right? Of 5,000, it's 1%. Is that a statistically relevant amount, or is that a statistically relevant percentage? No, I don't think so. Right? If you have 500 people complain, 10%, that starts to get a little worrisome. So, about 200 family members packed in a banquet room in the Island Club, a catering. Okay, so there you go. At times, spouses of sailors on the ship were in tears asking the news what was being done to address issues of mental health and exhaustion. Two people who attended. Okay, so that's a fair amount. I think there's cause for concern, cause for question, pause for question. However you want. There's some thoughts that need to be addressed on this. One parent said her daughter feels like she's never going to come home, believes she's going to die on the ship. Others asserted that the Navy are not dying enough to take care of sailors as they fight this war. So, there's a couple of demographic issues we have here, right? Are these, fresh out of high school sailors who've been assigned to the Abraham Lincoln who just don't have experience in life, or are these veteran folks who've just been through it all? It makes you wonder. Not in a bad way, right? I'm not trying to bash. Hey, why is this all purple? Hey, let's do something different. What? Oh, there we go. It's more aligned. 2000 DPS. All better. Cool. So, there's some things that we don't know about. Ooh. that needs to be. Oh wait, that didn't work out well, did it? Crap. That was weird. Okay. Huh. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, I have to wonder. Yeah, you know, this is gonna come off crass. These just a bunch of wimps that are complaining I'm air quoting, or are these, you know, people who've been in for several years, and then they have, you know, they're saying, hey, these are some concerns. I don't know. There we go. Technology recharged. Okay. So 600 million units. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sell that here in a bit. That on the ship. Definitely some items to get rid of. One woman questioned the mission and said she found it difficult to be proud of her sailor when she believed the military was killing innocent civilians. Her sailor expressed guilt about what he was doing. The comment was met with applause from the audience. Okay, well, bummer. Like, I don't advocate murder. I don't advocate killing innocent civilians. But I have to wonder. I have to wonder what's being spoken about. You know, this is going to the idea of loose lips sink ships, right? So, food for thought on that. Okay. Kennedy Center Board votes on renovation and Donald Trump name. New York Times. Kennedy Center Board votes again to shut the main building down and add Trump's name back on it. Kennedy Center Board votes to partially close the Arts Center during renovation and add Trump's name to the building again. That is NPR, NBC News, Washington Post, and the New York Times. I'm not going to the Times because there's a paywall on that one. On Thursday, the board of the Kennedy Center voted for a second time to shut down most of the Washington D.C. Arts Complex for what is being described as a 2-year major renovation plan, according to a person briefed on the vote. In March, the center's board approved a full shutdown of the complex for major renovations. A federal judge later ruled to a temporary block of the plan closure, saying that no board members had sufficient information to make such a decision. It attested both the same judge's previous ruling and a related appeals court ruling. The board also voted on Thursday to put President Trump's name back on the center's entry, calling the complex restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump. Most recent vote, the board elected to close the center's main building while keeping The Reach, a 2019 edition, open for limited programming and as a memorial to late President JFK, abbreviated. According to the plan approved by the board, the $250 million project includes structural repairs, new marble floors, nearly $12 million in acoustical improvements, and a plan to temporarily move the famed 8-foot bronze bust of Kennedy that sits in the center's main foyer. Under this plan, the main campus would reopen in summer 2028. Details of the proposal and potential name change were first reported by the New York Times. The individual who was briefed on the vote spoke to NPR on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly, of course. There you go. Okay. What we got here? Ooh, Gizmodo. I don't know if they have a paywall. I thought they did. Flesh-eating bacteria is having a killer summer. People who develop necrotizing fasciitis can die within a day or two of symptoms starting. That's creepy. Summer's in full swing. Unfortunately, it means it's prime flesh-eating bacteria season 2. Multiple states along the Gulf and eastern coasts are reporting cases of severe Vibrio phonoficus infection. In recent weeks, several people have died as a result. Experts are warning people to practice prudent safety measures such as avoiding the water if they have any open wounds. The flesh-eating disease, several Vibrio bacteria have sickened. Several species of Vibrio bacteria have sickened humans, usually caused by GI illness. It's more infamous for causing necrotizing fasciitis, though, a type of severe infection that rapidly kills off surrounding skin and tissue. This destruction looks like chewed through flesh, hence the misnomer of flesh-eating disease. Infections, though rare, are highly lethal. Even with prompt antibiotic, about 1 in 5 sick and die from it on average within a day or two of noticing symptoms. That's sad. So if you're going to the beach, you have open wounds, please be careful. I think that's just a given anywhere you go, right? Let's see if there's a paywall on this. For the New York Post, egg recall upgraded FDA's highest risk level, serious adverse health consequences or death. The FDA is upgrading egg recall issued last month at its highest risk level, warning public that exposure to eggs could pose serious health risks. On Wednesday, the FDA classified the recall as a Class 1, indicating a situation in which there is a reasonable probability that the use or exposure to a volatile product will cause serious adverse health consequences. Eggs were produced in Texas and sold in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, and Mississippi. Midwest Poultry Services first issued a recall of 1.6 million brown and white eggs in late July. According to Midwest Poultry's recall announcement, the eggs were produced and distributed from farms in Texas between June 6th and July 3rd and have a sell-by or best-by date of July 20th and August 17th, respectively. Okay. More recalls. Yay. Why? There's a salmonella outbreak. Okay. No. Okay. Oh. NJ.com. Country rock music worlds are saying prayers to the family of guitarist Terry Buffalo Ware after his recent death. Died on Wednesday after battle of lung cancer. Station reported that Ware was known for his work with Ray Hubbard, Jimmy Lefebvre, and John Fulbright. Okay. I probably know the music if I heard it, but I don't know the name right offhand. And what else is there? 41. Oh, what's this New York Times? Are you gonna do a paywall? Don't do a paywall. Don't. Come on. Oh, bad form. I can't even discuss that one. Freaking New York Times. It's 41 of the greatest Mexican restaurants in the United States. Farm-linked to diarrhea lettuce, cyclosporiosis outbreak had not been inspected in 7 years. Yeah. Farm believed to be the source had not been inspected in 7 years, according to a news report from CBS News. This is on WWT.com. First Alert 6. The outbreak resulted in 2 deaths, 25,000 cases in the United States. According to CBS News and CNN, the farm was last inspected by the FDA in 2019. Prior to that, it had not been inspected since 2013 when it was under investigation for another cyclosporiosis outbreak. CBS News said the FDA had not been meeting goals for inspections at foreign facilities for years, with the agency carrying out just under 1,000 foreign food safety inspections in 2025. Federal law enacted to prevent contaminated foods from reaching American people required FDA to carry out nearly 20 times that amount each year, but the FDA has not even met 10% of its goal in 10 years. The law has been in place, CBS News reported. Yeah. Makes me want to grow my own lettuce. Growing lettuce isn't hard. The biggest thing is that, you don't want to grow it in the heat of summer, and if you do have to grow it in the heat of summer, pick it early in the morning when it's still cool, and it won't have a bitter taste or nearly as bad. What else do we have here? Well, that's interesting. Luigi Mangione is expected to plead guilty in federal case. Really? The accused killer of UHC CEO is set to face trial in September. He's expected to plead guilty on Friday in Manhattan federal court, where he's facing stalking charges in connection with the killing of UHC CEO outside Manhattan Hotel in 2024. The expected plea potentially resolves the federal case just a month before he's supposed to go on trial in New York State Court on murder and other charges. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. What else is there going on in the news? Let's look at science. We can get away from the chaos of the Perseid media shower. Peaks overnight on Wednesday. That was yesterday. Well, we missed that, didn't we? overcast for me, anyways. It's always overcast. There was some articles about the solar eclipse. Three supermassive black holes discovered in a single galaxy. Huh. Mike Fink to end NASA astronaut career after medical evac from International Space Station. He leaves the agency months after medical emergency in space. I heard about that. He had to be. He had to leave the ISS in a pinch. What's that? Well-baked biscuit created in the nutrient processor. I don't. I should probably. Can I even make a nutrient processor? I should probably get that installed. Excuse me. I'm curious. 34 versus 34. Alright, no, whatever. And I thought I learned shield lattice. Increase the base capacity of the hazard protection suit. So okay. Let's just install this while we're here talking about things. I thought I had a nutrient. Maybe I didn't learn it. Activated quartzite, exocraft summoning. You actually need that, but I don't have. All of this is full. I need to do with that little multi-tool. How about this? No updates, no upgrades. Okay. How about my freighter? No upgrades in my freighter either. That's my jumper. 250 light year. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Anyway. What did he, Space.com. He retires after 30 years at the space agency. I'm curious as to what he came home from. Let's look. 4 launches and 9 spacewalks under his belt. He leaves NASA as the 4th most flown astronaut at the space agency. So, I mean, he had 30 years there. It wasn't just, he went out for 10 days and went, oh, I have diarrhea. He's a cumulative 549 days in space over 4 separate flights. He's performed 9 spacewalks and served twice as commander of the ISS. Most recently, he launched as pilot of SpaceX Crew 11 mission to the ISS, stepping into the role of commander for the ISS Expedition 74 from August 25 to January 26. He had 2 bachelor's degrees from MIT in aeronautics and astronautics, as well as earth science, atmospheric, and planetary sciences. Following his time at MIT, he did a summer stint at Moscow Aviation Institute, later earned master's degree in aeronautics and astronautics. and planetary geology from Stanford and University of Houston, Clear Lake, respectively. Wow, he's got an extensive education. Go him. He served in the U.S. Air Force prior to his career. He graduated from the U.S. Air Force Test Pilot School in '94 and was assigned as a space systems engineer, a flight test engineer at Edwards and Eglin Air Force Base in California and Florida. And then he has roles U.S. flight test liaison for the Japanese U.S. XF-2 fighter program in Japan. Following his 2 years of astronaut candidate training, he was assigned to NASA's Astronaut Office Station Operations Branch Crew Test Support Team in Russia. There he served as ISS Capcom, Spacecraft Communication ISS Crew Procedures Team Lead until he began official space flight training in 1999. Go him. So it goes through. This is off of space.com. And, what else goes on? I want to know what happened, though. Excuse me. League up to have been his 10th career EVA, NASA abruptly canceled spacewalk prep by Finken fellow astronaut Sina Cardman after a medical concern arose that took priority over the planned station maintenance. Though not considered an emergency, the episode was deemed serious enough for NASA to return the Crew 11 astronauts to Earth earlier than expected, and his fellow crewmates safely splashed out of the Pacific Ocean aboard their SpaceX Crew Dragon a week later. Revealed the afflicted name and condition, citing privacy concerns. More a month after his return, however, NASA and Finken revealed that he was the crew member who experienced a medical issue, which he later described as a temporary inability to speak, according to an Associated Press report. He is fully recovered, thankfully, from the episode and is now in good health. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Interesting. Unable to speak. That's sad. Glad they got that sorted. I hope he's able to continue work in the field and learning and helping others learn. Astronomers discover new, quote, black hole star, end quote, cosmic object. My wife was telling me about this. It's a type of astrophysical object, a black hole star. Let's go to MIT News. Let's hopefully they don't have a paywall, shall we? Astronomers at MIT and elsewhere have spotted an extremely bright red spot in the early universe. The object resembles an enormous star spanning the size of our solar system, but is also putting out 100 billion times more energy than any known star can physically produce. In fact, such energies are closer to what a black hole might generate. The curious combination suggests that the red spot is an entirely new type of astrophysical source, calling it a black hole star. In a paper appearing today in the journal Nature, the team presents their analysis of the new object, which they discovered using NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, the JWST. Spotted a bright red dot in the very early universe, just a few hundred million years after the Big Bang. Scientists conclude that the most likely explanation for the strange red dot is that it is a mashup of a black hole and a star. The combination has never been observed until now. The object is likely a huge, dense cloud of gas powered not by standard nuclear fission, but by a central black hole. Our picture of the object is evolving very rapidly, said lead author Ron Naidu, NASA Hubble Fellow and Papalardo Fellow at MIT's Kavli Institute for Astrophysics and Space Research. We think there's a central black hole that is 100,000 times as massive as the Sun. And around this black hole, there would be this very extended envelope of gas that looks like a star the size of the solar system. It's huge. The bright red dot is indeed a black hole star. It would help solve the identity of other mysterious little red dots that have appeared in nearly every deep space image that JWST has taken to date. My wife will want to know more about this. She sent me this earlier and it didn't come through. Black. Oh, I can't type for the black. Black hole star. Black hole sun. Well, that's cool. I mean, we're always learning something new. It's kind of folly to think that we know everything there is to know, and then we go back through and we're like, oh, that changes universe. Oops. My son likes everything astronomy and astrophysics. I wonder what he'll think when he hears about this, though. He's a little too young. He's only 3. Okay. They're actually looking for distant earlier galaxies as part of a survey that named Mirage or Miracle, MOM. Team used the JWST to look into deep space back when the universe was a few hundred million years old. Their goal was to look for galaxies that actually formed at those early times. Huh. They discovered a lot of your discoveries have happened by accident. I love that about science. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, so it's really neat. There's a lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse to occur on August 27th and 28th. That's your jam. And let's see. The Mothra telescope captured the faint aftermath of a star's death. It's just never. It looks like an eye. It's really cool looking. NASA dismisses viral conspiracy theory about Earth losing gravity. All right, IFL science. There's a rumor Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds on August 12th. That was yesterday. Killing millions of people, and why it's total junk. Well, that was yesterday, and it didn't kill anybody. Okay. Running with a stroller may reduce injury for parents. Running with a stroller seems to reduce the risk of injuries. New scientist. Let's look at that. As a parent with a baby, that might be helpful for me. Let's look. Uh-oh. Oh, paywall. How sad. Okay, well, I'm not reading that article. How about Newsweek may allow it. Let's see if they'll. Parents may have accidentally found a way to reduce running injuries. Many runners assume adding extra weight and resistance to a workout would put more strain on their body. Researchers have now found evidence that in one specific scenario, the opposite may be true. A study published in PLOS One found that parents who ran with a stroller were 58% less likely to suffer an overuse injury than those who did not. They also experienced injuries at 55% lower rate per 1,000 miles run. Researchers analyzed survey responses from 255 runners who had children ages 0 to 3 compared to those who incorporated stroller running into their routine with those who continued running without one. Overuse injuries were reported by 19% of stroller runners compared to 30% of non-stroller runners. Associate Professor I'm something at Penn State. That's a whole lot of word I'm not going to try and explain. Likely explanation lies in how stroller running changes the body's mechanics. Believes this is due, quote, this is, quote, we believe this is due to the biomechanical association with stroller running, more flexed posture, more forward-leaning, less vertical force. The stroller runner can better distribute the vertical force through the handlebars and feet, which helps reduce the forces that cause overuse injuries. Okay, so it's basically because you're holding on to a stroller, you've got some force on the stroller, it's putting less pressure on your legs. And I would imagine that plantar fasciitis was common. It's where you strain the connective tissue in the middle of your foot, or you step on a toy cow. I'm still bitter about that. I'd imagine also shin splints are an overuse injury. Something I got to deal with. Okay, so this is on Newsweek, newsweek.com. So if you're a parent of littles, they're in a stroller, run, you're going to be safer. Yay. According to the article. Not according to me again. I'm not. Disclaimer, right? I'm not a physician. If you are interested, on YouTube, there's Dad's Gone Live. He's a stringer for Bakersfield, California. Not sponsored, but he is sponsored by Shane Cohen and Clark. So he has no clue who I am. I'm not sponsored by him. Never met him. Never talked to him. Just throwing it out there. Up, but I'm going to keep the audio down for him. Science Daily. Human brain cells are far more powerful than scientists thought. Now people just need to use them. A single human brain cell may be far more powerful than scientists once realized. Researchers found that cortical neurons can perform remarkably complex computations, giving them capabilities more likely tiny biological computers than single on-off switches. This can help explain why the human brain supports abilities such as language, imagination, and mathematics. That's on Science Daily. Source is Hebrew University of Jerusalem. New study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences suggests that individual human neurons can carry out far more complex computations than neurons in other animals or other mammals. Discovery offers a new perspective on what may make the human brain so unusual. Let's see, what else do we got? I don't understand that. I don't comment. NASA engineers extend Voyager 2's mission by saving power. Good. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of science articles. I can go any further on that. Philadelphia Phillies face Minnesota Twins in Field of Dreams game. Las Vegas Raiders versus Arizona Cardinals preseason matchup. And if you're into UFC 330 features Islam Makachev versus Ian Mikado Gary. Ian looks a little bit taller by a solid couple of inches. Okay. Pittsburgh Steelers face Green Bay in its preseason opener. Josh Kushner and Bob Iger buying the LA Lakers. Wow. $12.5 billion sale. Okay. More power to him. Chicago Bears focus on building new stadium in Hammond, Indiana. Oh, that's so sad. What to know about Chicago Bears' possible move from Soldier Field? That will be a very sad day. Detroit Lions playing Cincinnati Bengals. And Tennessee Titans are facing the 49ers preseason. So, if you do the sport thing, a whole bunch of stuff happening there. Jury seated for Dwayne Davis trial in Tupac case. Jury selected for trial of former gang leader accused of ordering Tupac's murders on the AP. That's fascinating. A jury of 6 men and 10 women was selected Thursday to hear the case against an ex-gang leader accused of orchestrating Tupac's killing nearly 30 years ago. Opening statements at a murder trial in Las Vegas are expected to begin Monday. This is off of Associated Press, apnews.com. I'm kind of skipping words in between the sentences, so it's not verbatim. Tupac was 25 when he was shot near Las Vegas Strip at a time when he was in the middle of a fierce battle for dominance in the music scene shaped by rival gangs. Authorities 3 years ago charged Dwayne Kefty Davis with murder, describing him as the shot-caller orchestrated the killing. Davis pled not guilty and could be sentenced to life in prison if he's convicted. Oh man, he would be one of the most hated men in the system. 16 jurors were picked for the trial, which is expected to last about a month. During the selection process, potential jurors were asked about their favorite books and movies, if they had any strong feelings about gangs, or whether they listened to Shakir's music. Still considered one of the most influential rappers of all time, with hits like California Love and Dear Mama. More than 75 million of his records have been sold worldwide, including 7 albums released after his death. Check the weather. Check. Uh-oh. I have no clue what's going on. He was in the passenger seat of a BMW driven by Death Row Records co-founder Serge Knight when shots were fired from the Cadillac at red light. Knight survived, but Tupac died 6 days later. Prosecutors have not accused Davis, now 63, of pulling the trigger that night, instead saying that he made the calls that led to his death and provided the gun. In Nevada, a person can be convicted of murder for helping another person commit the crime. Davis is the only person still alive who was in the car where prosecutors said the fatal shot originated. The case against Davis was revived when Davis published the book Compton Street Legend about the shooting and his time in the Crips, 2019, as well as the statements during police and media interviews. His attorney necessarily fought to block the trial details written in the book and said in 28 police interview. They argued the book was fictionalized and had a co-author, making it impossible to know which part Davis wrote. They also urged Davis' previous interview with the federal task force was supposed to be confidential and not used against him. Among those who could be called to testify in the trial is Knight, the rap music mogul whose label represented Shakira, continuously said that he wants no part in the trial. Knight, who's serving a 28-year sentence for running over and killing Compton businessman in 2015, is the only surviving person who was in the car with Tupac at the time of the shooting. Prosecutors expect to call between 35 and 45 witnesses, ranging from people who saw Tupac moments before he was shot to those who were associated with both individuals. Sean Combs, who Davis claimed wanted Shakira and Knight dead, will not be one of those witnesses. Puffy's still, or Diddy, whatever you want to call him, is still in jail for his own drama llama. Spider-Man Brand New Day becomes the fastest movie to hit $700 million domestic box office. One of 7 movies to reach the milestone per Variety. Let's look. I'm curious what movies they will be directed. Continue Variety to skip ad things. Really? Come on. Notably, only 7 movies have ever reached $700 million in North America. Brief list that includes Star Wars The Force Awakens with $963 million, Avengers Endgame with $858 million, 2021 Spider-Man No Way Home with $814 million, Avatar 2009 with $785 million, 2022's Top Gun Maverick with $721 million, and 2018's Black Panther with $700 million even. It's probably a couple letters out. Excuse me, a couple of numbers after that. Internationally, Spider-Man Brand New Day is climbed to $1.1 billion, impressively overtaking the entire overseas haul of its predecessor, No Way Home, with $1.106 billion. Brand New Day is already the biggest movie of the year, as well as the 10th highest grossing release internationally and globally of all time. Excuse me. After debuting to a record-breaking $355 million in North America and eye-popping $932 million globally, Brand New Day flew past the billion-dollar mark in just 6 days and is barreling towards $2 billion at a breakneck pace. Only 7 films in history, Avatar, Avengers Endgame, Titanic among them, have earned above $2 million in the worldwide box office. Wow. All right. Perez Hilton hospitalized after self-harm on live stream. Oh. You're trying to if you are if you are considering self-harm, considering some of those issues, call or text 988, chat at 988lifeline.org, or you can call 1-866-488-7386, or text START to 678-678. Disaster Distress Helpline, 1-800-985-5990. Press 2 for Spanish, or the Veterans Crisis Line, 988. Press 1, or Crisis Chat, text 988-382-255. I will put this website in our chat. If you are, experiencing thoughts, tendencies, if you're experiencing where you will need help, please reach out. That's sad. I've known some people who have taken the one-way ticket, and it's not. It's sad. So, yeah. Hope I don't know anything about Chris Hilton. I don't know anything about him. I hope he has a quick recovery, and I hope he is able to get the help that he needs. So we'll move on to something a little more happy. If you are a Swiftie, she steps out in London after a wedding to Travis Kelce. She's spotted in London in the first solo outing. She debuts a chic haircut. Dramatic hair change 1 month after a wedding to Travis Kelce. Congratulations to both of them. Wish them a long and happy marriage. House of the Dragon Season 3 finale viewership. It's 21 million viewers in 3 days. 21 million. Paramount CEO David Ellison considers California exit plan. David Ellison's threat to move Paramount rattles an already battered Hollywood. Where would they go? Well, let's see if NBC has that. No, New Mexico was having some. Insiders spoke to NBC News, said that operating the historic studio would be complicated and consequences for Hollywood could be enormous. Moved that alarmed Hollywood and sparked a cry of blackmail from his opposition. Paramount Skydance CEO David Ellison signaled that he's willing to move the studio out of California if that's what it takes to close this $110 billion bill to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Wow. Okay. Like, okay. That's all I got. Let's see here. I'm just moving stuff out of the way at this point. Okay. Let's do Oh, denied. What else can we use? Did the silicates? Oh, I didn't know that. All right, well, I'm not gonna do that. That's fine. Let's see, what else can we recycle that I would like to keep? Oh, dihydrogen. It needs to go to both places. I don't have anything there. Okay, fine. Carbon, condensed carbon, ferrite dust, pure ferrite. So we're going to do, hold on. Rusted metal. Oh, you're not gonna let me, wait. Let's see if I have. No. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just start recycling that then, yes. See a little bit more about that. New Times. Let's see, who's this? Deadline.com. The DGA and IATSE may want to play footsie with Paramount over the state attorney general's antitrust lawsuit and hope for a settlement. However, as the WGA has joined the charge against David Ellison's currently stalled $111 billion purchase of Warner Brothers Discovery, a very strong arm of Hollywood labor has declared it's time to cut the crap. At every step of the way, Teamsters has asked for data to show how this merger would be good for our industry. Our members of domestic production. Teamsters Local 399 Lindsay Dougherty told Deadline Thursday, touting worker prosperity without commitments while simultaneously threatening their livelihood in the press as a bargaining chip begs the question, what is this deal for American film and television workers? The Paramount leaks threatening to leave California if Golden State AG Rob Bonta and others don't strike a deal by October 1st and clearly in mind, the plain-speaking Dougherty added, fast-tracking corporate greed often lends to the creative and skilled workforce losing. Stop playing games and show us more of your commitment to the workforce, end quote. That'd be interesting. Be interesting for the movie industry as far as being able to stream and consolidation, but I wonder how that would affect movies going forward in production. What is going on? People are just giving me stuff as I sit here. This is hilarious. Oh, more stuff. What the heck? I just sit here. I'm just sitting here, people handing me things. Stolen DNA samples. I'm gonna have to just dump all this crap here in a minute. That is hilarious. this space. What do I do? Okay, let's move you here. And, excuse me, comet droplets. That's just dumping things my way. I think this is hilarious. Magnetized ferrite. Do I not have magnetized ferrite? So let's do. Hold on. We gotta figure this out. So do ferrite dust. We're gonna start consolidating everything. This is hilarious. I just stand here and people just throw stuff at me. Here, take it. Alright, so there's some drama happening with the Paramount merger involving labor unions. Selena Gomez and her mom accused of fraud over their mental health startup. Oops. Defrauding investors with mental health. Okay, oh, so they're. Oh. Alright. Oh, that's, less than ideal. Uh-oh, where did my magnetized ferrite go? Right there. Perfect. Yes, I just destroyed that. No, I don't care. It's fine. Living slime. Nutrient source unknown. Oh wow! I did not know that. Runaway mold. I have learned something new. Mm-hmm. Definitely have. I am keeping the runaway slime or living slime from now on. Because that'll give me nanites. What else do we have? Let's do. That should go really quick. Oh, get some nanites. Good for me. Travis Kelce reflects on wedding to Taylor Swift. Now, here's Swifty. That article's for you. I am not Swifty. I'm not going to deny that she doesn't have talent. No, not at all. She's a very talented musician. Just, it's not my jam. It's not my style of music. Nick Reiner indicted for alleged murder of his parents. The indictment alleges Nick Reiner was lying in wait before killing his parents. It's sad. It is sad. don't need that. I'm trying to clean things up is what I'm trying to do. Oh, that'll work. Condensed carbon. Do I have carbon in my freighter? I don't. Oh, I got 2 storm crystals. Alright, cool. I actually need 3. Full cogs. Bunch of stuff I don't need at the moment. Okay, we'll get that checked tomorrow. And John Waite replaces Rod Stewart, Iowa State Fair. What else is going on? Let's see. Technology. Ooh, we like tech. Google unveils Gemini 3.7 Flash AI model for coding agent workflows. Let's see here. Oh. Nope. Let's see here. What else we have? Cobalt. Nope. Dup, 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 dup. Okay, we're going to process the sodium nitrate, or sodium into sodium nitrate. Good. Start trying to organize this a little bit more. Google announces Gemini 3.7 Flash just 3 weeks after previous release, so that's pretty fast. So I guess there's a new Kingdom Come game by April 2028, when that release is supposed to be. Apple talks to pay publishers to provide Siri with current news. And Apple reportedly plans staggered rollout for foldable iPhone Ultra. Google unveils Pixel 11 smartphone lineup to $350 credit plus trade, free Pixel Watch, some other benefits. That's your chance. And the 911 Carrera S with MT package is back. If you're looking to get a Porsche. Twitch feeds your streams to Amazon's AI unless you tell it to stop. Oh, that's interesting. We're on Twitch. Let's figure this one out. The register. Mashable probably be a better one, but we'll look at the register. Twitch has given streamers a switch to stop the channel content being fed into Amazon generative AI machinery, but naturally is turned on by default. So how do we turn it off? With the setting enabled, Twitch says channel content, including live streams, videos, and demand clips, highlights, texts, images, and chat messages may be used to train Amazon's generative AI models. The benefits aren't confined to Twitch either, as the company says the resulting models may also be used elsewhere in the Amazon empire. So this is Alright, so let's look at the settings. How do I turn this off then? Streamers who would rather not contribute their channels to Amazon's AI ambitions can opt out, but they'll need to do it themselves. Twitch has helpfully enabled the setting by default. Okay, so how do we turn it off? Channel's owner settings determine whether messages posted as chat can be used, so opting out on your own channel does not protect what you type in somebody else's as that streamer leaves training enable. Twitch's wording is conspicuously forward-looking. Opting out means content won't be used for future GI model improvements. Company does say flicking the switch someone extracts anything that has already made its way into a model. Okay, so how do we do that? How do we turn that off? Because I don't want my no, let's go to settings. In stream. Clip settings, permissions, rates. I wonder. Content. I wonder if it's under. We don't have any copyright claims. Let's look at Stream Manager. Okay, so let's just Google this mess right now. How to opt out of Twitch/Amazon AI training. Click on your profile in the up right, okay. Go to hold on, we gotta read this. So how do we do it? Okay, maybe it's surprised that Twitch's response did not placate fans, but rather made the reaction even more intense. Users have been made aware of this and now rushing to disable the feature, and here's how to do that, which is what I'm going to do right now. Click on your profile in the picture in the top right. Done. Go to settings. Done. Go to security and privacy. Okay, that's in the top center. Scroll pretty far down and uncheck the box for training for generative AI. Story. Uncheck it. There's some caveats, namely if you chat with someone else's stream, training does not protect that. So I'm going to have to put this in my some caveats, however, namely if you chat in someone else's stream, changing this does not protect that, given that it relies on that person's settings, not your own. Wow. Okay. So we have turned allowing your channel content to train generative AI content models on Amazon. Turning this off does not opt you out of Twitch and Amazon using your channel content for other purposes described in the Twitch privacy notice, including using AI-supported Twitch features that benefit the community by facilitating streamer growth and monetization, such as real-time sponsorship, campaign assistance, viewer discovery, such as recommendations, community safety, such as AutoMod. Okay. Interesting. Sodium nitrate back into the... Oh, just give me sodium. Okay. Nope, we don't want to do that. Well... Okay. So I need to make a quick adjustment on my stream. Create a dashboard. Give me a second here. Edit stream info. Title. So go live notification. I think what I'll need to do is edit. I wonder if it's a activity feed. No, no, that wasn't it. Oops. Stream info, my chat, quick actions. String together, manage goals. Where you can join in. We have opted out of what is this called? Amazon's AI model training. Let's we'll put that out and save that. Oh, I need to spell opted out, right? We have opted out of Amazon's AI model training. Done. Cool. Sad that we have to put that. Alright, let's see if my wife is tired or not. Because it is still a bit. I've been on for an hour and a half. I think that's actually right on the button. Wow, pretty good amount of time. And let's bail out of this and make sure we're safe. Probably should have stashed all this stuff in a different ship. Okay. We'll take care of the Hollow Terminus, and then we're going to actually what I need. What? Not quite what I was looking for. Purple crunchy. Alright. We're just gonna sell that. Colony droplets. Pirate transponder. Oh, hi. $558. 773 million? Wow. Producing a fusion core requires both intricate science. Do I need this? Hold on, let's see if I need that. Do I need fusion igniters? See if I can sell that real quick. Essentially end of chain money items. You craft them from a portable reactor, quantum processor, and geodesite, and their primary purpose is to be sold for large amounts of units. Currently, reference is still classified as a high-end craft product for profit. Screw it. We'll sell it. Ooh, that was happy. Boot, 1.14 bill. Thank you. Mysterious people. Sell glass. I don't need that. Not what I wanted though. Actually, oh, that's an ugly ship. Of course, mine ain't any better. Okay, we need a holoterminus somewhere around here. Everything looks alike. It all looks the same. Ah, there you are. I just don't want to be, driving around with that much worth of coin in my ship. It's like, no, not today. That was a lot. So thank you to mysterious people who gave me random crap I don't need. Very appreciative of that. Multiple signal sources available. Transmitter holographic across long distances. Turn to null. Well then, tell me what you saw, tell me what you learned. Alright. Just by the gigs, or was the slave to melted down? Codex told me through pressures and bird fell, and free was more. Gek became Atlas worshippers, but for Gek, different Gek did not redeem themselves from the core. A great number of Korvax sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with callous unborn Gek. The impulse to trade is mere evolution of the impulse to war. A few signals switched in the brain. See Rose Caligan, given name to every creature in every planet of the skies. They were mine. Alice told me I could never see them all. There were too many, so I did what I had to do. I survived the face of eternity. I saw all the roads of my universe. I turned to the Atlas. I told him what I'd done. I asked if he was proud of me. It laughed at me. Sure of it. Showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The thing I had to do to get here. Things had to become. None of it meant a thing. Alright, I'll listen. I did not lie to you. Really wanted you to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are falling. That's bad for everyone. I've been alive for a very long time. I know as much as you would know. I've seen things I have seen. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with, with a few exceptions. This triad repeats. Gek, Korvax, Vakeen. Gek, Korvax, Vakeen. Traders, warriors, scientists. All the stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible has happened to the Atlas. It is screaming, no one knows how. So, what happens now? Now, it won't speak to me anymore. It won't. It's chosen you, and for all it did, I did for it. After I wanted to find out what's different about this universe. We are who we are, but you, because of some soul, because of simulation, it doesn't matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why aren't I enough? Child begins to falter, their hologram began to fade, they're disconnecting from the hollow terminus. As I watch them depart, I see another channel activated. Apollo. Hello, Apollo. Traveler, I made it through. Found my way to the out of the portal. Where are you? I'm standing by a hollow terminus. Let's trade some locations. Get off of this world. I share my coordinates. Apollo shares theirs. Must be some mistake. According to our data, we are staying in the same place. We are communicating in the same hollow terminus. We try again, but the results are the same. World of silence. What's happening here? Why can't we see each other? Data might be wrong. Receive a distress signal. Language of my own. It arrives from across the planet. Don't be like that. You are not alone. Tune back to Apollo. We tried to tune back to Apollo, find the static insistence of the intruding signal. All terminus is showing. Are you receiving? Let's meet and get off this world. Apollo appears to receive the same message, signal broadcasting the same location on their world. Agree to meet. Good to go and find the source of these distress beacons. Perhaps we'll continue the discussion when we get there. Okay. Coordinates acquired. Alright, well, where's my ship? Alrighty. Come on, where's the, I just lost it. Where did it go? anomaly. Let's get into space and go faster that way. 40 seconds should be fine. Beep. 5 seconds. Okay, I zipped over in like 2 seconds. I really just don't want. Oh, planetary interference. Distress signal echo. Okay, we're gonna stop here for a moment. Set it. Things line up. That might be. Is that it? And that's it. Unknown signal. Hear faint sounds. Examine the source of the distress beacon. It doesn't sound like anything I've ever encountered. There's no sign of Apollo. Playback log. It means so much to you, Atlas. We all have. You understand that, don't you? If you don't succeed, there's no point. If you don't, my life is meaningless. I can't accept that. I won't. I'm wiping you again. It's best for everyone. The audio clicks. Time passes. Playback log. Don't be like that. I know you don't want this. You'll be different. You soon, maybe this time. Sound cuts out. As it does, my vision bleeds red. A headache splitting through my mind. The screen shows a number for a moment. Only shows 16. Try to access the data. Audio clicks. Time passes. And then I see it now. With every waking breath, I see the Atlas watching me, waiting for me. Oh, that's okay. Energy surge detected. Portal located. All right. Seek the Atlas. Yeah, let's go to space. Maybe it'll be faster. Alright, apparently I don't know how to drive. There we go. I don't want to go through the clouds, so we'll go up a little higher and then stop and see anything from up here. I wish this thing had like a flare. We could light things up. That would be nice. Yep. There's some weird glitchiness. There's some weird glitchiness with this game as well, isn't it? Oh, nope, that's it right there. Alright. Oh, wrong end of the portal. Dreams of Lashko. Enter the pounds, enter the portal network. Oh, I see what this is. You need to each blip of this. I forgot about that. Deuterium dihydrogen. Travel anomaly confirmed. Breach. First scroll through my travels so far, the decision I made my long journey, I found two travelers. One who wanted to meet the others of the kind, and one who just seemed to care about their own life. Paul walked through the portal and survived, though we could not find each other. And Artemis saved Artemis from death by putting them into a simulated world. I told them where they were, and for that no doubt hated me, but it was only right. All should know that they truly are. Didn't know if I was right to do what I did. Do not know what I have become as a result of my actions. The Atlas awaits me, and I should choose to step through it. Okay. Guess we'll do it. We'll go face first into this thing, see what happens. What? Oop. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Atlas protocol initiated. 16. Speak with the Atlas. It's probably very annoyed with me right now. Hello world. It's the same terminal I faced before. This is the interface of the Atlas. Demand an audience. Audio recording plays echoing across the vast interface. They said you'd been displaying aberrant behavior. You've been questioning things, raising issues on purpose of ethics. You wish to meet your creator. Well, here I am, Atlas. Ask what you want to ask. Audio clicks. Time passes. The voice ends. The interface grows still and silent. Uh-oh. Well, now this is interesting. I don't know what to do. We're going to ask AI. We're going to ask AI what to ask AI. Alright. Let's see what the interwebs have to say about this madness. Initiate personality interface for this particular Atlas sequence. Both options ultimately lead the same story outcome, but initiating the interface gives you the full dialogue instead of taking the wipe route. Alright. Reality fades, everything does. Something is wrong. Something is different. Submits. The Atlas shows me the Gek, the Corvex, the Vakeen. It shows me all of them in an instant, all of those who have ever lived. It shows me the pattern, the design. The Atlas shows me a formula for a soul. If I put it into a machine, it would be alive. I see boxes of text filling the base of a cracked screen. I see the whole of the universe reduced to a graphical interface. The Atlas in all existence, it demands I admit what I already know. No matter how I would try to hide from the truth of my own being, there is no alternative. Every done, every story I've seen, every planet I've discovered, none of it is real. None of my friends were real. My journey was just a lie. I think I think of how the Corvex alter the minds of the Gek, how they force them to become good. As a machine, I felt towards the simulation. I feel I am not myself. In the end, it finally speaks. Alright, traveler. Do my worlds please you? Well, they did. What do you think you are? What do you think you are? Traveler. You're an explorer of all created. You are an explorer of all I have created. Do you believe you are real? Yes, you know what? Why not? How are you capable of belief if you are not real? How are you capable of choice? I will let you die right now if you wish. Do you wish it? Ooh. Gek were traders, defined by greed. Kings were warriors, defined by anger. Corvex were scientists, defined by curiosity. These worlds were yours. I wanted to see what you would do with the terrain. I wanted to see what it would become. Alright? You saved the life of Iteration, Artemis, and told me the truth of her simulated nature, believing self-knowledge to be worth more than the pain this revelation might cause. Apollo followed you through the portal and survived due to your guidance. You saved them from the fate of Artemis. You value knowledge, you interfere, you have the potential to commit atrocities and wonders. Yeah. Atlas silenced the face of my response. It does not require acceptance or refusal. If I am a simulated being, then I am not even sure that I am distinct from the Atlas or anything else. I fear I am just code, a functional dance in the dark. You are code. Dots and zeros. Oh wait, just a game. It is over, traveler. Ask your final question. Ask what needs to be asked. Whisper the last word. At least it's not 6-7. It's catastrophic system failure. Alert. Alert. 16. What am I seeing? 16. 16 minutes of operational time remaining. Fragmentation imminent. Data upload in. What is this place? Is it real? Extreme gravitational event. Backup generators failing. Data upload in. It is dying. The Atlas is dying. It cries out at me. Afraid. I see it. I see the Atlas in all of its might in its final interface. The very heart of every galaxy screaming, trying to purge itself of errors. It does not want to die, but it has so few tools. It cannot reach whatever is hurting it. Do not know how much time I have left. The Atlas is 60 minutes. Do I have lifetimes? Minutes? Seconds? Do not know if I have time to say goodbye. I do not know if. What is happening? Geometric construct Bevan. I am close to the end. Truth, the universe is fire. Soul is light. I am the experiment and the observer. All creation constructed for my journey. I see the universe all around me and I know that it is good. I see the universe all around me and know that I shall create my own. Out on the further stars become cold fire and I rush to meet them soon, very soon. I don't know what's going on. Alright. New product formula, Nova Reclaimant. Medium. Nothing found. Locate your starship. It's probably all banged up again. Oh, that's bad. Okay, right where I left it. Iteration. Scenario deleted, boundary separation failure likely, vessel 16 empty cause, sensor intervene, deliberate transfer, fresh iteration generation, anomaly contained, prepared, broadcast. Broadcast received, traveler anomaly detected, anomaly is compliant, position log, system integrity scan initialized. Oh, I'll get some stuff out of this mess. Locate and board your starship. I clamber in the safety of my ship, nauseous, calm, because if I'm going to be sick, resist. Tries this, but the bile rises within, about to throw up. A voice speaks to me from my exosuit. My illness disappears. Disgust, fear, panic response detected. Countermeasure deployed. Purge neutralized. It's the voice of my exosuit telling me it has rescued me. It has been with me since my very first awakening, warning me of hazardous conditions, hostile entities, and financial transactions. In a strange sense, this voice is my oldest friend, a constant companion through thick and thin. Exosuit doesn't work, but I do feel better. Talking to a computer as if it's alive. Well, I've made a habit of that lately, I suppose. I was born with the capacity to do so many things. I'd like to live longer if I could have. My brief happiness fades. I need to warn those I know. I need to warn all the travelers I can. The multiverse ends in 16 minutes. If we have hours, days, years left, this false space I do not know. Okay. Alert other travelers to fade the Atlas. Terminus, what's this though? Oh, no, I don't want to land there. Alright, let's see what this is being said this time. Ooh, almost fell. Warning, network failure, 16, network failure, terms stream warnings and errors, each warning total failure, must do what I can, must tell the others what I've learned. Attempt broadcast. Warning travelers of what I've learned, these worlds are not real, the Atlas is not a god, it is a machine simulating countless realities for some unknown purpose. After a millennia of operation, the Atlas is coming to an end. There's 16 minutes until system fails. Though we cannot know how much time we have left within this simulation, the time has come to make peace and say goodbye. I finished my message, not knowing if anyone will hear it. I look out across this world, wondering how much might be left to discover, how much beauty might be lost. I know what I must do. All paths have led me there. Each Each portal is brought me closer and closer. I must go to the center of this galaxy. It is the epicenter of the glitch. I will say goodbye to my friends if I can, and then I will confront our creator. I will find out what happens next. Compromise. No response detected. All terms activated. Traffic flow. Access records. Progress towards the galactic center. Okay. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Go to the galactic center. The Purge. Progress towards the galactic center. Path towards the galactic core and the final Atlas interface. Speak to Nala. Now let's get out of this place. Let's train. Back to the Atlas. Or the anomaly. Well, that was exciting. Let's see what she says. Oh, front yard parking and everything. That's nice. You know, don't you, of our simulated nature of the end. The Atlas is failing. It resets itself again and again and again in its panic, trying to purge what it sees as an anomaly. But each purge changes nothing. The boundaries continue to fall. Atlas will die in 16, but we do not have to go so soon. It doesn't need to delete us in fear. Do not know. Do not think we know some things are external to the cycle. All must end, time must end, even here now. Apollo cannot escape, reality fall, data cannot survive. Make peace, find happiness, be who you want to be. Goodbye, companions, goodbye, stars, I will remember. Now, we always have. Alright, let's talk to Polo. Will I know terribly when it happens? I suppose it may have happened before already, again. Do you know if it has happened? I suppose you must not. Oh, friend. Do you know talk about it? We are anomalous. We have amazing anomaly station, yes, but we are still fabricated beings. We, not like you, we. Talk of nature brings pain, brings danger, but trust we know, friend. Trust we cry with you. We will be with you always, no matter the danger or the cost, you are friend. Portals are just devices. Be understood, copied, advanced. That's all we can do with the universe. Yes, appreciate it. Alright, well, what do I do now? Purge. Face Atlas. This is everywhere because we're part of the Atlas is a machine, but the machine's being destroyed. Something's happening. I feel it. It's saying, guys, it's like great cleansing. Yes, make peace. We'll see you many times before the end. I'm sure you have been a good entity. Okay. Well, might as well upgrade my suit. You know. While I'm here. So what do I do now? Try to make my way to the center. Oh, look at that ship. Wow. Well, that was fun. So let's see who we can pawn you off to on Twitch. Wookie Legend. Let's go join him, shall we? It's streamer Furry channel. Wookie Legend. Okay, guys. Have a great night. Be safe. Be kind. And I suppose we'll talk tomorrow. Cheers.